Okay, I'm gonna start recording and then you can start. All right.
Okay, well, good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday, I think, right? It's Tuesday today. So, how's everyone doing today? It's about, I was just talking with George earlier. It's about 40 degrees here in San Diego, and I know it's a lot colder in a lot of areas, but it's already cold for San Diego. So, all right. Well, I am so honored, and it's my pleasure to actually share with you today a topic that's near and dear to should be near and dear to all of us because it's really at the core of what we do. But before that, let's spend a couple minutes having people, anyone who wants to share anything exciting, any new enrollments, any new advancements, or anything exciting with their business, or just anything exciting in general, right? Feel free to unmute yourself and share away.
Irene.
Became a three-star yesterday.
Woohoo!
That's awesome, Irene. I mean, Irene
Thank
is like
you.
one of Christine's like just shooting stars. He's just shot all the way up. Oh my goodness. That's way to go, Irene. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And tell her about your newest member that puts you over the top.
Oh, yes. So Jennifer is from Guam, and she's been in the network industry before. She was in Nerium prior to that, and she was, I don't know what rank she was because I was never part of that, but she's another go-getter. And I thought of her when I first enrolled with Christine because I knew that she could take over and lead Guam. So I'm very excited for her. She's a great leader.
Yeah, she
Wow.
is. She
That is
is.
awesome, Irene. And so you're building in Guam now, and from Guam, it can just spread to that area of the world because it's
Yes.
pretty close to a lot of other territories there. So that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Thank
Um,
you.
And I want
Craig
and
had
I,
his.
and
Oh,
I
I'm
want to
sorry.
say Nilbert. No, I'm interrupting you, Nilbert. But Nilbert, for a lot of you new ones, the Nilbert does is great. He's builds in the Philippines. He builds all over Hong Kong, Malaysia. He's
About
really
five
great.
hours.
He does presentations. So if you have people, you can put them on his, and he does it even in the Filipino language too. Is that correct, Nilbert? Do you want to talk to
Yes, yes,
about
I
what you do?
do I do presentations in I can do it strictly in like the Tagalog language or I can do a hybrid because I mean thankfully a lot of like most Filipinos I mean they really speak good English anyway, so I just do like a hybrid. We call it Taglish. Okay, that's our coin for that. We call it Taglish. And it really relates well to prospects and partners from the Philippines. So yes, that is correct. Craig, I see your hands up. What's up, Craig?
Yeah, hey, good morning, everybody. I just want to give a shout out to how wonderful this team is, whether they're in your upline, downline, or whatever. I've reached out to an old friend down in Fort Myers. Got back from Italy. She said after the first year, so I kept on her. And Frida is going down there, and they got in touch. I got them in touch together, and she is actually going to be having dinner with Frida and Gary tomorrow night. So it's just it's share your opportunities with everybody because you never know who on the team might be able to help you and help others. They don't have to be in your direct downline like we've talked about on here with everybody on here being on different uplines and downlines. So just want to say appreciate it and curious. And I know uh, working with Antoinette, going to get Kathy here in Atlanta to try to come to our luncheon that Lynn and Michelle and I have Thursday that we've got three of them set up. So it's gaining momentum, but it's just the consistency and everything. And just want to say appreciate all the support from everybody.
That's awesome, Craig. Yes, I kind of second that because this community really is one of a kind, right? As one of my team members,
Allie,
everyone knows Lovey, and she's one of my strongest leaders. And even though she's in my downline, I have to tell you, I learned so much from Lovey. And she told me the other day that it's not only the product, it's not only the comp plan, but it's the community that really sets us apart, right? So. Okay, you know what? I think that's right about the time where okay, we will start with today's topic. And just as a heads up, I ask your permission to be a little you know raw this morning. I'm going to share some experiences, but again, I think that this topic is really relevant for all of us. It doesn't matter if you've been doing this a while or if you just joined or if you're just very new to the community. Okay, and so let me share my screen. Okay, so revisiting your why. As we know, your why is at the core of everything we do in this business, right? You have to have your why. You have to know your why, or you have to figure out your why because that's what's going to sustain you in doing this, in being in this industry. Okay. So your why is the foundation of your success in any endeavor. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. It's actually, it's actually relevant in whatever you do. Whether you're working for corporate, whether you're working for other people or you're working for yourself, you have to have a strong reason of why you're doing it. Does that make sense? Right? You have to have, you have to know why you're doing it. Okay, and this is why a strong this is the reasons a strong why really matters, right? It will keep you motivated through tough during tough times. It helps you attract and inspire others, again because we attract what we put out, right? uh, you attract people with the same frequency. If you're vibrating at the same frequency, that's the kind of people that you will attract, and it creates long-term commitment rather than short-term excitement. We all know the difference with that, right? People can get motivated real quick, like for a short time. They get so excited. There's a promo. Ooh, let's do it. Let's do it. And then, if you don't have a strong enough reason to keep doing it, then you can't establish a long-term commitment. Okay. So I'm gonna share with you kind of, I've been doing this, let's see, I've been doing this since February of 2023 when it was introduced to me by accident, and I decided to jump in with both feet. It's been a roller coaster ride for me since then, and a lot of my leaders and those who are close to me really know or really understand what I mean by that. I shot up to 3 star in such a fast pace that I didn't even know I made 3 star until my leaders told me I made 3 star. At that time, I didn't understand what the ranks were. But then I got stuck there for the longest time, right? And then I made the following year I made a little bit more progress and all that. In short, being on a roller coaster ride, there were times where, I have to admit, there were times that I really had to kind of think, am I still, do I still want to do this? Okay, do I still have it in me to continue doing this? Well, last year, 2024 was pretty good for me as far as three is concerned, right? Business wise, I made a lot of progress. I made I'm a 3 star pro, and I actually was very very close to making elite, so I know I could get there again. But to be honest with everyone, there was a point last year that I had almost given up. I had a lot of personal stuff that was going on in my life, both family and other stuff that it almost derailed me. It really, I can't put it in any other way than I seriously considered, like just kind of giving up. But I came back to why I wanted to do this, right? I just came back to why I wanted to do this. I really want a better future, not only for myself, but for my wife, who's still working as a registered nurse. I want her to, I want to retire her early so we can just go travel all over the place anytime we want. I want to, I have a newlywed son who just got married in November, so I'm looking forward to providing or helping provide a really good future for him and my daughter-in-law and our future grandkids, right? Basically leaving a legacy business, turning over legacy business, like making this like you've all heard that in for those who have family wealth, or what do you call that, generational wealth. Before the generational wealth ever started, it started with one person in that family who decided to break the mold and actually get that generational wealth going, right? So so that's why today's topic, I really kind of felt I really wanted to share with everyone, because it really doesn't matter whether you've been doing this for like almost 2 years, like I have. So I know some of you have been in this industry for a lot longer, and you all know what I'm talking about. But there are a lot of people here on this Zoom right now that are fairly new, just started, few months, few weeks, and whatnot. And this is why the why matters, right? So the first thing you really need to do is to define your why. You need to basically identify your why. Like, why are you doing this? What do you want to achieve? What or who are you doing this for? Right? Those are the questions I ask myself, especially at that point where I was thinking of giving up. Like, who am I doing this for? Right? It's not only for myself. I'm doing this for my wife. I'm doing this for my future grandkids. So, ask yourself those questions, right? And there are two levels of the why, right? And I think every this will make sense to a lot of to everyone here. We have the superficial why, like, oh yeah, yeah, I want to make money. I want to be rich. I want to make 10,000 a month and all that, right? If you really think about it, it's just that's just the means to an end, right? Because the deeper why is, well, what are you going to do with all that? It gives you financial freedom to spend more time with your family. Like, if I can earn enough in 3 to retire, to have my wife retire now, vice, she wants to work another 5 to 7 years, I have her retire now. Guess what? We can, we have financial freedom. We can travel anytime we want, right? And like I mentioned before, leaving a legacy, so you have to find what, you're in the bottom, bottom of bottom of your heart, what your deepest desire of why you're doing this. And then, just knowing your why is just the first step, right? We have to turn our why into action. Okay. Visualization and affirmation. So picture your dream life. Like, picture it, right? Like, if you close your eyes right now and you think of what kind of life you want, where do you see yourself? Do you see yourself like on a sandy beach with the sun, like 80 degrees, sipping a cocktail or whatever? Or do you see yourself, traveling to other countries, or to just spending a lazy afternoon in your backyard with your family? Whatever it is, like, picture what your dream life would be, and then do daily affirmations to reinforce it. Remind yourself daily that's what you're going for. Okay. And using your why as a daily driver, every time you feel like quitting, remind yourself of your why. That's what I did. And that's why I'm still here, right? Because I basically reminded myself why I'm doing this. Keep it visible. You've heard our training from other people and all that, how important vision boards are. I'm still actually updating mine. It keeps changing. You don't have to have a permanent, one-time vision board. I know, I love listening to Lance and Tracy when they talked about their vision board, right? But your vision board can change depending on what, stuff that changes in your life. But have a vision board or keep it on your wallpaper, where we spend a lot of time on our phones or our laptops or iPads. Have your wallpaper as, one of the things you really desire, part of your dream life, okay? Or journal, right? Journal, write down, okay, hey, today I saw this amazing design for a house like in this neighborhood. I would love, to have a house like that. It's things like that, right? So keep it visible. And then, you know, like I mentioned earlier before we started this topic, we are a community, right? We are a community. So the only way to inspire a team is to share what you're going through with your team, right? Connect with them. Um, Sharing your why will inspire a team because, people relate to stories, not just success. Like we hear or we see other people in three, like, achieve, success and all that, that we're happy for them and all that. But when you actually get to hear their story, how they got there and all that, that's what really relates. That's what really makes sense to us, right? So we see, like, for example, we see Samson as a wow, 6 star and all that. But then when you hear his story that he had traditional businesses that failed, right? And he like had to start over again. That's what really allows us to connect and get inspired, right? Okay. Common pitfalls when it comes to why and how to overcome them, right? It is easy to lose sight of your why. And like I shared earlier, I lost, sight of mine several times over the course of like less than 2 years. So you have to regularly revisit and refine it. Okay. You have to regularly kind of go back to, the drawing board and or go back to your vision board and really start from square one. Okay. Comparing yourself to others. This is one of the most common pitfalls, right? Never compare your day one with someone's day 100 because it's not going to work. All you're going to do is like demoralize yourself. Like, how come this person can do this and I can't, right? Focus on your own journey. We are, each of us here, we are, going on our own journey. Yes, we're going on a journey with a community of people that really, support us, a company that really support us. You have leaders that really motivate you and inspire you. But in the end, this is your own journey. We are all on our individual journeys. Okay, so the only person you should be comparing yourself to is yourself yesterday, right? Compare your today to how you were yesterday and keep doing that on a daily basis. Okay, that's the only person you need to be comparing yourself to. Okay. And then, lacking emotional connection. That's why the deeper why is really more important because you have to, really peel the layers back and find out what your true motivations are. Because for a lot of people, and I know this to be true because I have people in my team that the money is only secondary, right? The money is only secondary. It's nice, it's there. I'm not saying that they're going to like just kick it to the curb, right? The money is only secondary because what really motivates them, and I could think of a couple of them off the top of my head right now. What really motivates them is helping people get healthier. The fact that they get to share all these all our amazing products and help people address whatever they have going on with their health, that's what really motivates them. Okay, so you have to dig deep, to find your true motivations. So key points we have today, right? Your why is your fuel for this business, right? And as just like with the fuel in your gas tank in your car, assuming you have a gas car, not an electric car, well, even then your battery gets depleted, right? Even if it's an electric car. So this is your fuel, right? Same thing as your gas gets depleted, your battery gets depleted. You have to keep on filling it up. You have to keep recharging your battery, right? Your why must be personal. It must be deep and it must be emotionally compelling. Okay. And use it daily, not only to stay focused yourself, but to inspire those around you, whether they're your downline, whether they're your sidelines, cross lines, whatever, use your why to stay focused and help inspire your community. I can tell you right now that I get inspired by my downline, just as I get inspired with my leaders, my mentors like Christine, Renee. I do, I learn a lot from Lovey, Jasmine, Rochelle, and Jack, like people, my superstars in my team. So stay focused and make sure share your why so that it inspires others. And I leave you with this, today. Success isn't about talent. I'm sure you've heard this before. It's about resilience. And resilience comes from a powerful why. Know it, live it, and let it drive you. Okay. So I hope what I shared today kind of makes sense to everyone. It comes again, it comes near and dear to my heart because I was at myself at a point where I really almost gave up. So um, let's revisit our why. It's the start of 2025. I know a lot of people here had a great 2024, and I'm sure we can make 2025 even better, right? 2025 will be, for a lot of people here, will be our breakout year, right? The company is really moving on. I think is set to